Emperor Zarthan, the Eternal, stood on the bridge of his flagship, Sovereignty's Wrath, surveying the star charts with satisfaction. The Galactic Empire had consumed 15,000 systems in 8 millennia. Only one small region remained unmarked on their maps. "Tell me about this." "Terra," he commanded. Admiral Krexvor pulled up the data. 40 systems, Emperor. Primitive by our standards. They achieved FTL only 60 years ago. Population of roughly 70 billion across all colonies. And they dare mark their borders as forbidden to us. Zarthan's 4 arms gestured dismissively. "We command 1,000,000 warships. They have what, a few thousand? Our intelligence suggests approximately 8,000 vessels, my lord. Mostly converted cargo haulers and mining ships." Zarthan laughed, a sound like grinding metal. And the warning itself? The Admiral displayed the beacon message. "Attention! You are approaching Terran sovereign space. Entry without authorization is forbidden." This is not a threat. This is a courtesy notification. We really recommend you don't. Have a lovely day. P.S. We have cookies at the embassy if you want to talk instead. Smiley face. "Cookies?" Zarthan sneered. "They offer baked goods while claiming to forbid the Empire? Send the 5th Armada. Show them what happens to those who dare tell the Empire no." "My lord," a junior officer spoke nervously, "there's a subcategory in our xenological database about humans. It's labeled Deathworlders, and the entire file is just one word repeated. Don't." "Silence. Deploy the 5th Armada. 100,000 ships should suffice." The 5th Armada jumped to the Terran border. They lasted 17 minutes. Not defeated, not destroyed. They just stopped being an armada. The 1,000,000 crew members were returned safely to Imperial Space Inn. Human young were harmless. Ambassador Thrix's scales had turned pale. But that's impossible. No species permits their offspring to. Humans, Yavik interrupted, changing the slide again, have a long history of child soldiers. Throughout their history, when faced with extinction or invasion, age becomes irrelevant. They call it survival. The presentation continued, showing image after image. David at 17, receiving military honors. At 18, leading a successful raid on a Korvax command ship. At 19, negotiating a ceasefire while holding a plasma blade to a Korvax general's throat. The human brain, Yavik explained, his voice now academic, is remarkably adaptable. When exposed to extreme violence during development, it doesn't break like most species. It adapts, becomes something else entirely. Something that can switch between innocence and lethality in a heartbeat. Kraton's voice was smaller now. But why? Why would Ambassador Vorek? David spoke for the first time, his voice quiet but carrying across the chamber. He was trafficking human children to the Korvax remnants, selling them as test subjects for biological weapons. His eyes, brown and seemingly gentle, met each council member's gaze in turn. "I gave him 3 warnings. He laughed, said the council would protect him because I was just a child." The silence that followed was deafening. "The humans," Yavik concluded, pulling up one final slide, a graph showing human military recruitment ages throughout their history, have a saying, "Old enough to die for your planet, old enough to kill for it." Their young have fought in every major conflict in their history. Vikings took boys to war at 12. Earth's world wars saw 14-year-olds lying about their age to enlist. When the Korvax came, humanity didn't suddenly change this pattern. Administrator Zelfa's voice was barely a whisper. "We fundamentally..." She leaned forward. "Earth is classified as a death world for a reason. Our children play with atomic forces. Our elderly knit with quantum strings. Our pets, are apex predators we domesticated because we were lonely. Do you really want to know what we consider military action?" Behind her, something roared. She turned casually. "Not now, Mr. Whiskers. Mommy's on a call." "Yes, you can eat the ambassador from Rigel 7. He knew what he did." She turned back. "So, what's it going to be?" Zarthan, the eternal emperor who had conquered 15,000 systems, who had never known defeat, whispered. We, we will respect Terran sovereignty. Smart cookie. Speaking of cookies, the embassy really does have them. Thursday is chocolate chip day. The transmission ended. The Empire never approached Terran space again. In the xenological database, the file on humans was updated. It now read, "Don't. Seriously. They have a pet named Mr. Whiskers that eats ambassadors. Don't."